Hello, welcome to week 4 of Dented Shield season 4. We're here for my 4th Underworld game, so we're playing Necromantic this week in the rain, which is not really great for anybody. Probably slightly better for me because I have a big hand goblin and I have some sure hands and I have an agility 4 player, so I have ways around the pickups, but not catches. I'm defending first, which was I think I won the toss. I took Bobber Dribble Snot as an inducement, which was a mistake as it turned out. A Bloodweiser keg would have been better, but I think after my experience with 2 Bloodweiser kegs in the last round, I decided I didn't want to give them any more of my money. So I went with Bob and Dribble Snot because I thought he'd be fun. But he doesn't last that long. So yeah, here we go. So let's look at my team quickly. We've got two linemen on the line scrimmage, 1 wrestle, 1 guard. Guard on the troll. He's still only had 3 casualties over the 2 seasons and 6 points. Got a 2 heads goblin here, agility 4 horns goblin. There's the big hand goblin in there. 2 throwers, both with block. 1 has accurate as well, and that's both back in this riot to begin. So its attacking drive is going to be shorter. Oh yeah, key reason I chose to defend as well actually is because it was raining. You always get the hope of the weather changing for later on. Yes, so that's the 2 throwers, both with block. 1 with accurate. This one also has a niggling injury. Bomber Dribble Snot is in here, so he's a bombardier with accurate and dodge. Will only last 1 drive. I don't have any bribes, so yeah, the idea was he'd try and bomb some people in the short drives that he's on. The 2 blitzers are back here, so Mighty Blow and Claw, who's the one who was knocked out before the game even started last time and stayed out the whole game, and then Tackle Horns on that one. Necromantic are attacking. They've got 2 ghouls now. This one has pass, so it's pretty good use of a double, I think, to make yourself a thrower. This one, no levels, but on 4 points. 2 wolves, we've got block and tackle, dodge, block, and strip ball. And so on my attack, I think running the ball on my throwers for longer is a good idea with the strip ball player around. 2 flesh golems, this one's unlevelled. This one has Mighty Blow and block. 2 whites, got no level there, and tackle on that one. And then zombies, we've got kick, guard, and nothing on that one. And their bench is a block zombie. Don't know if that's a mistake actually. Possibly having an unlevelled zombie on the bench and a block zombie on the other way around. Unlevelled on the pitch, block on the bench. I don't know if that was a mistake or deliberate. I think this is just 4 unlevelled goblins on the bench. Yeah, there we go. And we're off turn 1. So using wrestle to get that white on the floor, but it does take one of my players down too. No one hurt there though. That's 2 dice on the troll, who's immediately knocked out. So straight away, Bloodweiser keg would have been a good investment. And we have Tackle Wolf in. Oh no, this is a lineman. So that's 2 dice into 2 uphill, but gets away with 2 red dice for a pushback. But that means Bobber Dribble Snot is marked, and I don't want that being the case because it means it's harder for him to throw bombs. So I'm straight away eyeing up. This wolf is my blitz into this box, so I can knock him down and back into that guard zombie who I can push back there, and then Bobber Dribble Snot is free to throw a bomb wherever he likes, probably somewhere nice and crowded and not very far. And that's a foul pickup in the rain. 1 would have been, the rain didn't make any difference there, but chose not to re-roll it. I've got no chance of getting the ball. So a quick move over there to set up 2 dice here, and then go for that blitz I wanted. It's just a pushback. Greedy re-roll gets the knockdown. I do get to push that away. And now I get afflicted by the double click syndrome, because I'd already so being stupid, and I've mentioned this before, but when you get a warning when you click where you want your player to move, you get a warning. It shows you what rolls you need. But if you just double click, you ignore that warning. And I hadn't factored in that he was marked, so I found that dodge for a stun, and that cuts my turn short. You can see all these players in white circles. I still had to act. I had 2 dice there. I had 2 dice there. You know, there's still loads more I could have done with that turn. But that's my own stupid fault for double clicking. It's a habit I just still haven't got out of. Because I'd pulled off what I wanted there. Bomber Dribble Snot was unmarked. Could have chucked a bomb in here. Maybe knocked over these 3 players. You know, there was loads I still could have done. And because I used a greedy reroll as well, I couldn't reroll the dodge. Shouldn't have even been making the dodge. When I made the blitz, I knew he was still going to be marked, and I was happy for him to still be standing next to that zombie. But I thought I'll protect my blitzer, and then just moved him back without thinking about it. And that was a big initiative seize. And the Necromantic are attacking anyway, so they're kind of already holding the initiative. But I took away, I think, 7 or 8 players' actions that I could have used that turn, and that was a big turning point in this first drive. All because I still double click and haven't learned not to. But yeah, my opponent did exactly the right thing and pressed that advantage. Engaged all my players to use the strength advantage they've got, especially with the troll sitting out over there. They've got a massive strength advantage, and using it now by engaging all the players, making it really hard for me to do anything useful with my blocks. That's risky going for a pass there, but it works. Had the pass skill for one of the rerolls, but it was 4+ catch. I think I still had a team reroll available. That again, so I had to use a team reroll there. That was a double click because I thought, oh yeah, that thrower can assist. I just wasn't concentrating properly at this point. I think I was still frustrated by what I'd done in the first turn, and double clicked again. Like hadn't even learnt from the mistake there. So threw a 1 dice block, got a skull, had to use a reroll. I did get the knockdown. Wanted to use the tackle player because I'd initially last turn been wanting to use a thrower to throw that block, but I think I decided I wanted to use my blitz elsewhere, so that freed him up. Yeah, because I had 2 dice on the ball, which is just a pushback because of dodge. But yeah, that was I got so fixated with that I missed what had happened. But basically, this lineman dodged over here to put the assist down. 2 heads goblin in there to take this assist out. And then I had 2+ dodge for 2 dice on the ball with the agility 4 horns goblin, which is why I took horns on him, so you can cage dive and get +1 strength. And then there's a double skulls, and because I had to use the reroll on that 1 dice I shouldn't have made early on, that was no good. And that's another turnover. Goblin easily dealt with, and I have very little that can stop this wolf now. The one thing I have had so far, we've only had this is the 3rd Necromantic turn because of the riot we had. I have only had 1 removal, but that's about to change quite quickly. They suddenly start snowballing, which basically finishes me for the drive. And I'm surprised none have come yet, because there are more to come before they score. Yeah, so in to watch that blitzer who could get over here. So Splitzer does have a 3+ dodge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 go for it for the blitz. Dodge Bomber Dribble Snot away and hopes he might be able to chuck a bomb next turn. So makes the dodge and slips over. And double 1. So very much like last week, not only not getting the dice I need to drag me out of the situations I get myself in, but I'm putting myself in bad situations as well. So I'm playing badly and having a bit of dice I don't want. So double one there is unfortunate, but I shouldn't have been in the position where I needed it. Because I need a dodge as well. It's 3+, 2+, 2+, and then a 2 dice block to try and get the ball carrier down. So I was already asking a lot. I can't expect them all. But yeah, we have had a couple more knockouts now as well. That's 3 dice on that goblin. So that's the big hand one. So that's a 4th knockout. And we've played 4 turns, 4 knockouts, but they all started coming quite quickly there. And I think this wolf scores this turn 5. There we go. I think that is 4 in one turn as well. And this is much like last season Underworld. The first 2 games of this season were really good, and I wasn't having that sort of stuff happen. And that's another one from a foul. No sending off, and yeah, runs in that touchdown. So there's been a lot of times this season in this league, not just my team, but in this league, we've had really poor recover from knockout rolls, and I think we have a bit more of that now as well. I now have to wait quite a while for some of these players to come back. Yeah, only two of the 6 come back. And yeah, Bobble Dribble Stock didn't throw a single bomb. He just got knocked over once, made a dodge roll. Yeah, waste of 60,000 inducements. Bloodweiser Keg would definitely have been better, although it wouldn't have helped any of those 4. Actually, I still would have failed 4 out of 6 there, even with a keg. We'll just make it 3+ rolls, but it's 3 1s and a 2. So like I've pointed out before, like, you can sit there all day and complain about dice as much as you want, but I'm playing really badly as well is the main factor into why I'm losing, and my opponent is like concentrating, doing the actions he needs to, and playing properly, and I just wasn't. And I'm thinking, with 4 players knocked out, including this important one, who again is out, and this is a thrower, I think, and my guard lineman, my big hand goblin, who's important in the rain, and for retrieving the ball in tackle zones. I'm thinking quick touchdown would be ideal. So I'm setting up agility 4 goblin behind the troll so I can try and throw it. But that means I don't need a deep kick's no good for me because I can't make a handoff to the goblin. And they do have a kick zombie, which is going to make that more difficult because I need the kick to land somewhere around here. So my thrower, who's deliberately set up to be able to reach the goblin, the agility 4, but they've kicked deep. We get that turn back from the beginning of the drive, the half rather, which is on my attacking drive, so that's kind of helpful in many ways. But I've got to clear these 3 players off of my troll. Although because I can't get the ball to this goblin this turn now without throwing it, I might as well use the troll to block. Although I've not done that. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, because it's too fast for him to go there and then up to here and then hand off. He'd need to throw it. So I have used the troll to block. And then blitz with this goblin. Keeping the agility 4-1 there. But I think the Necromantic, all they need to do to stop that play is just throw bodies at the troll and dare me to try and clear them off again. Probably worth their while dropping a wolf back. Well, probably the tackle one as well, because if anyone comes down here, it's going to be a goblin. And then if they don't land, or if they land too short to reach the end zone, they'll probably want to attack a wolf to blitz it. So holding the ball back there, where I think it's out of reach of all the Necromantic players. The wolf could maybe get through. Going for the blitz on that goblin anyway. and use his block to get that knocked down. And then, yeah, onwards to threaten the ball. So I think at the moment I'm looking at blitzing this zombie with this blitzer. So that's quite a useful fail, go for it. But makes it on the reroll. But yeah, I was looking at blitzing there to get rid of that zombie, so my troll was unmarked. But now I need to move 2 players away from the troll. So I use that goblin there, take out the assist on the flesh golem. So that's 1 player moved, and now I can make that blitz. Had to follow up with that that goblin to stop that assist, and I finally get a knockout myself with that zombie. And now I can come make the handoff and throw the goblin. So it fails the loner for the throw teammate. Needed a 3+ to get the goblin down the pitch, but instead I fumbled it, and he just lands back where he was. And instead I have to try and protect the ball here. So I get a bit of a net set up to try again next turn. I definitely should not have rolled that 1 dice block. Because I'd already used a reroll this turn as well. 1 in 3 is terrible because he's either down or both of these players are down. And 1 in 3 I get the result I want. But actually a pushback would have been great there as well because it took out a point of contact. That's an injured goblin, Aiden Holmes' debut. And that allows that guard zombie to step in there. And they've got 2 dice on the ball here, I think, if they want to just step in there. Yeah, this zombie could blitz for 2 dice on the ball. Or you've got the wolf with tackle, who's probably the best candidate. Instead go for that 2 heads one though. Which means follow up onto the ball carrier. That's a push there. And as it is, I've got 2 tackle zones to try and clear off. So I go for the blitz on this guard guy, but can't get the knockdown. Pushback means it's 2 tackle zones still on the ball. And I try the trunk throw, -2, so I need a 5 this time. But fumbles it again, and this time the goblin doesn't land. And that's a turnover. So if I'd knocked one of those down, I would have needed a 4, which I think would actually have been successful. Yeah, so if that had been a knockdown rather than a pushback, I'd have been able to throw the goblin down here. But he didn't land anyway, so he would have fallen over here anyway. But because I had to try that twice, it got a bit desperate, and was sort of my only option by then was to try that. And now we have Wolf running away with the ball, and it's going to be 2-0 by half time. Double skulls are coming up for my opponent as well. I think that's the second one they've had, maybe the first. But then, yeah, single dice power on the troll to make up for it. And I think I have very slight chance of 1 dice on the ball here, don't I? Yeah, so just dodging a couple of goblins out for that. But it's both down, and I've got no rerolls. That's another knockout. So knockout box filling up again, that's 6 up to 6, and we've had a casualty this time as well. Plus Bomber Dribble's not sent off. So Wolf didn't need that assist, but It's he's blitzing out anyway. Has to come back this way, and then runs it in, and that is to I think at half time. So knocked out zombies back. It's 2 out of the game, and only two back out of 6 again. Which leaves me short-handed, and I think I do still have a turn. So can try on one turn with the troll throw the goblin again, but again I basically need a touchback or a very friendly scout to get the ball in this area. So my thrower can pick it up and then hand it off to the goblin. And that's going to be a 4+ pickup with the sure hands reroll. Plus I've got to make an animosity roll and a 3+ catch. So I'm looking, and then the troll actually passing really stupid and always hungry, and then getting a 3+ if he's got no tackle zones to chop the goblin. So it's loads of dice I have to throw at this. And the ball has landed somewhere I can't make the handoff in one turn. So it's 2-0 half time. Also, I don't think had enough players. What have I got here? 9 players. Yeah, I don't think 9 players is enough to chain push a movement 7 player far enough forwards. Trofeld is really stupid then. He's just trying to smash a goblin on a zombie on 3 dice. Check actually how many players you need to get a movement 7 player forwards. Just in case that would have been enough. It's probably a more reliable thing, especially with a kicker on the opposing team, because then you have to throw the ball to get it forwards, and you can't throw the ball and a goblin in the same turn. So just looking for a point there and grab that. Consolation star player point for half time. But yeah, 2-0 down, and this doesn't get any better this game. Only 1 of 4 back. It is at least the blitzer that I've been missing since he was fouled off pretty early on after failing that dodge. But I am low on players, so 4, 9, 10. 10 is not so bad. I mean, I've had worse this team, but it's uphill. It's all uphill. 2-0 down. A player, 10 plays 11 in terms of players, because no removals that I've got have stuck. It's only 1 knockout that didn't last that long. And yeah, looking again, I think to try and make the quick touchdown. Although, and concede a blitz as well. So yeah, absolutely nothing going right. Because even the 2 dice blocks I had sorted out to try and clear the troll off, not available, and the ball's landing too far to hand off in 1 turn anyway. So that's 2 dice into 2 on that blitzer, but down first time, and stunned. So yeah, a bit of movement over here to get pressure on my backfield, which is going to be again like the first half with my failed dodge is just a big initiative seize, and I'm always having now to react to what the Necromantic are doing, and it was already desperation time. So yeah, like I said, the game doesn't get any better for me, and I think I basically just start hunting for what star player points I can as sort of consolation, and hoping that my team kind of survives is where I get to, I think, by this point. Felt really stupid again. Grab the ball. So yeah, that's a star player point I can manage, and just chuck that guy forwards, because it gets the ball up there where the Necromantic can't score with it, and means they have to come back to deal with that goblin, because I mean they do have probably players here they could free up actually. And I was looking at, if that was a knockdown, I'd have tried the 3+ dodge. Went for it with the 4 anyway to see if I can get some help for that goblin, but had to do what they call in the trade potatoing. Not really sure what has that name, but it does. And I think, yeah, this strip ball wolf is easy enough to free up here. And that is, it's basically, it was all over at the beginning of this half, but probably before that. But yeah, this puts pays to any hopes I might have had. Yeah, strip ball. Made him drop the ball and the zombie caught it, and that's the agility 4 goblin injured, who's going to miss the next match. So one of those games where it's like, yeah, everything, I made stupid mistakes, but then everything I tried didn't work. Obviously my opponent tried did, which is very much a reversal of when I played this team in season 3 in the playoffs, which I won 3-0 I think, but it was like all the things that were going wrong for me here went wrong for my opponent then, with like blitzes coming up on the kickoffs and rolls not working and stuff, and it's just, you know, really swingy game that can go either way. It can affect people probably fairly evenly over the course of a whole several years playing Blood Bowl. But yeah, that's how this game went. Another injury there, so that's the 2 heads goblin. Just badly hurt. And yeah, so 2, 4, 6 players left. An injury, so picked up a couple of points. It's just badly hurt and regenerated. But yeah, it's a couple of star player points, which is basically all I can do now. And there's both down, which is basically double skulls for my troll. Well, here in a block player, it's double skulls. So hands pulled to that ghoul, who I think, oh no, he's not the one who's looking to level. Oh, this is the ghoul who's on 4 points. Okay. I think I'm just looking at blitzing here. I've got 2 dice there and a blitz there. Another knockdown, but for nothing. And another knockdown there. So a couple of little bits of getting the block dice I need, but nothing coming of them. And yeah, I'm just, yeah, like I said, hanging on, seeing what star player points I can get, because it's the only sort of consolation I've got from this game. This is blitz happening here on the thrower, I think. So this is the niggling injured thrower. Rerolls are both down to get a knockdown, and he's fine. Heading off to the white, but yeah, my opponent at the time said I should have done that next turn when I had a reroll available, which, yeah, potentially right, but I don't think there's much danger of me thwarting the attack here, especially when I fail 1 in 9 dodges. I did have a couple of dice on this player if I'd got that goblin there. See, I didn't even need that assist, did I? I could have just blitzed good with horns. Yeah. And that is going to be a score next turn. Just a push. Blitz still available. Show me open the blitz. So that sets up 2 dice here on the kick zombie. Now I think 2 dice on the flesh golem. So I think this actually was the best turn I had in the whole game. With those 4 2 dice blocks will be in knockdowns. I think was the potentially only good turn I had in the game. There's a random death there on that guard zombie, but he's back. And then marker on the ball. Should probably have used my blitz there, but I think with the game already lost, I might as well go for the better value ones. And all I'm doing now is forcing the blitz there, or the white to dodge, which was never going to be the way around. It was always going to be this wolf blitzing, or one of the wolves anyway. Tackle one was the best choice. Do we have much else going on? I can't see where the action is. Oh, there we go. This flesh golem is levelled. Is a nice little point for the Necromantic to consider. Now they could just hold the ball down here as long as they wanted, but scoring there, and actually with the number of players I'm down, it's probably in their interest to get like reposition and then just continue dominating the game. So you might as well score. They could probably go for a 4th quite feasibly. So 4 out the game. All 4 knockouts coming back, so that's balanced out a little bit. With the amount of knockout dice I've rolled, having 4 come back at once is quite nice. But I think I'm still on 10 players. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop moving. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I'm on 11 players. Okay. So with this, I should probably have a go at 3 turns scoring and trying to make a decent go of having a drive out of it. But I think I was just in the mentality of my only hope is scoring is chucking a goblin down the pitch. But with my agility 4 guy out, that's probably not a good idea. I should have been trying to, get the ball to a blitz, so get them forward and protected and score in 3 turns. But looking at this fresh, that's the way I should have gone. Bribe is a bit late for Bomber Dribble Snot. I'm a bit spread out at the back because I know the kick player means the ball could be going anywhere and he's going to basically go where my opponent wants. So I've got 3 players who can pick up the ball. And I'll do some line of scrimmage blocks. It looks like I'm trying again to free up the troll. Or am I trying to get in 3? I think I'm trying to get in 3 dice on this zombie. I'm quite happy to throw 3 dice blocks at a troll. Already big guy, really. There's 2 dice there. It's a knockdown. And grab the ball. I think I'm just looking at, again, star player points, whatever ones I can get. But don't take that one. Didn't use my blitz that turn, but that was because the players who kind of could have done it ended up blocking the zombies that I pushed around on the line of scrimmage. I think this is going to be the blitz target, is what it looks like. Perhaps this white. Or wolf, actually. Probably, yeah, because that flesh golem stays in as the assist then. The second one could push there. Another knockout means that blitz is safe at this point now. pressure on the ball, which means that should probably be my blitz next turn. I've got 2 block players here. But I've gone for the straight for the ball, hand off to this goblin. And this is a 4+ catch, so 75% with the reroll, but fails it. And then no one catches the bouncing ball either. Quick turnover again. I don't think I had 2 dice anywhere that wasn't the troll. Actually, I did there. So I could maybe have thrown that first. But yeah, the only scoring threat I've got now is chucking a goblin. Yeah, the troll looks down as well. So I don't think Necromantic. Maybe this wolf can pitch actually. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this wolf can still score. To make it 4. But that's the only player they've got in scoring position. Get really stupid foul. I don't think I really have anything. 1 blitz here, which is 1 dice. Use up my last reroll on. I think it's the only real action I had. And it doesn't get me anywhere. It gets a stun, but it doesn't get me any points. That is a failed shorthand to pick up. So last turn for the Necromantic. That this werewolf can score if they can get the ball to it. So probably look at this ghoul to chuck it, but I need to clear the thrower away first. Who's that's that guy down, and yeah, so the ghouls moved, so they're probably not going for the score at this point. Looks like they're going for a gang foul, which I mean I personally really don't like in turn 16. I think it's a bit nasty, but it is what it is. For an injury. She's a miss next game, or dead was the other option from my apothecary. Thanks, apothecary. So that player's also missing next game. There's been no blitz yet either, so I think this wolf we still got to blitz. And that's a knockdown as well. For another injury. So really bad ending as well. I mean the whole game was awful. And that's a niggling injury on the thrower who I retired. So awful game, one of the worst games I've had in quite a long time. Even more than the Bretonian one in the previous week. Because I know I messed up really early on and never recovered. And it was just, and the injuries at the end as well. Just made it the whole thing really horrible. It's not a great MVP, although a leveling goblin is a slight consolation. And just all went wrong. Massively outblocked, which I kind of expect with the big strength advantage they got. But yeah, the 10 knockouts inflicted and then the really slow turnover of getting them back on the pitch was quite telling, because I was down players a lot of it. And it was hard to recover from. And I somehow got... I know it's just 2 casualties and 2 passes, I think, from this thrower. And yeah, not a lot. They're not throwing a lot of dice, which is great. Made me roll the dice, which means more things went wrong. I have built in things like really stupid loads of arbor rolls, and loads of dodges, because I throw loads of dodges with the team, because that's how goblins work. And yeah, it meant throwing loads of dice, which means loads of stuff's going to go wrong. Is the way it works. I'm going to blur out this page because there's a game showing that I am yet to show, and I'm going to look at my team. So the one level I had was that goblin who also rolled agility 4, so I'm going to have an agility 4 goblin next game. It's a small upside, but 2 quite important players missing. And I've got the undead team next, who I'm going to have a bit of inducements against, but not as much as I first thought, because there's a bit of a delay in my team value updating. So I was looking at about 250 and what I could do with it, but it's actually quite a bit less. What I think happened is because I replaced this other thrower, who I can't see. Where is the other thrower? Oh, he's in there. Okay, let's move him out of there. Up there. So I've got a new thrower in. I fired the other one, and I think it was because he was missing the game anyway. I think there was some delay in adding this guy's value to my team value, so I was off the wrong one. But that's really boring anyway. But yeah, down a couple of players next game, and the Necromantic had... I don't think I actually picked up any levels. Oh, they did, of course. The Flesh Golem leveled and got block. And this white as well. So got dodge, which is a good use of a double. And that's how they stand. So we've got 2 other games have been played so far this week. We'll look at all the results after covering the other one. We had the Khemri and Bretonnian, the top 2, played last night. So I'm going to look back at that over the next couple of days at some point, and we'll get that one up as well.